Welcome this session on Introduction to Econometrics. Today we begin an exciting journey where economics meets statistics and data. Econometrics is not just about equation. It's about discovering pattern in real economy, testing theories and making better business and policy decisions. Econometrics is the application of statistical and mathematical method to economic data for testing theories, estimating relationship, and forecasting outcomes. It combines economic theory, mathematical modeling, and statistical inference to quantify real-world economic phenomena, distinguish causation from correlation, and provide reliable evidence for business and policy decision making. Let us understand three stages of regression model: deterministic, statistical, and econometric. By looking at something says close to economics, we'll consider the relationship between income and consumption. Here we have considered these three models. First one is deterministic regression model. If we consider the statement by Keynes once said that as people earn more, they consume more. Suppose we assume this relationship is perfect with no deviation at all. For every extra rupee of income, a person spends exactly 80 paisa on consumption with no exception. So then this first deterministic regression model where y is equal to alpha plus beta x is considered. So y is actually your consumption expenditure and x is your income, and alpha the autonomous consumption where income is zero, and beta is actually your marginal propensity to consume. Here we are considering it as suppose 0.8. Now if someone earns 1000 rupees, they always consume 800. If income is 2000, they consume 1600. So this is deterministic model. It assumes a perfect and exact relationship using or useful for learning but not realistic. In real life, people do not behave like machines. Some save more, some spend more, sometimes festival or emergency change the behavior. Now, second model which we have considered here, statistical regression model. Now, in reality, consumption doesn't increase in a fixed mechanical way. There are random factors, sudden medical expenses, cultural traditions, government subsidies, or even mood swings. These make actually consumption deviate from the perfectly predicted line. Now, here there is a little bit modification in the model where we have considered y is equal to alpha plus beta x plus u. U is actually the error term capturing random variation. For example, if income is 2000 and a deterministic model predicted consumption of 1600, but a family may actually consume 1550 or it may consume 1700 depending on circumstances. That difference is explained by U. Now, this is the statistical regression model. It accepts randomness. It tells us on average, consumption rises with income, but we allow for deviation. Now we have third model, which is the econometric regression model. Economists do not stop at recognizing randomness. Now we want to test whether theory holds in real world. That's where econometrics comes in. We collect data on thousands of households, run regression, and estimate whether Keynesian consumption theory really works. Now, in our model, yi is equal to alpha plus beta xi plus ui. Now, each household, suppose, has its own income and consumption. So, we estimate alpha and beta from real survey data. Suppose we run a regression on NSSO household data and find y is equal to 500 plus 0.75x. This means even when income is zero, household consume 500 maybe through borrowing or government support. On average, people spend 75% of every extra rupee they earn. Now, this has economic meaning. Alpha is equal to 500 tells us about basic consumption need. And beta, suppose if it is 0.75, is the marginal propensity to consume, crucial for understanding the multiplier effect in the economy. This is the econometric regression model, statistics with economic interpretation. So in short, if I say that deterministic model where consumption always rises at a fixed rate with income, no exception, a fairy tale economy. And in statistical model, consumption rises with the income on average, but with random deviation, a picture of reality with noise. Then it comes to econometric model. Consumption rises with the income, but the coefficient have economic meaning tested with real data, a tool for policy and business decision. Journey is simple. We start with the deterministic model, neat but unrealistic. We move to statistical model, realistic but without theory. Finally, we reach econometric model, the real powerhouse that combined economic theory, statistical model, and real world data. I hope this discussion has shown you how numbers, theory, and data come together to explain real world economics. Remember, econometrics is not just a subject, it's a lens to see the economy more clearly. Keep questioning, keep exploring, and let data guide your decision. Thank you.